Namaste everyone! Welcome back to Epic Tales of the Mahabharata. I'm Ryan and we continue our journey through this incredible saga today. In episode 2, we explored the vow of Bhishma, the marriage of Shantanu and Satyavati, and the tragic story of Amba. In episode 3, we'll dive into the stories of Dhritarashtra and Pandu, key figures whose lives set the stage for the epic clash of Kurukshetra. We'll also learn about the birth of Karna, one of the most fascinating characters in the Mahabharata. Let's get started. Our story begins in the kingdom of Gandhar, a powerful realm ruled by King Subala. It was here that Gandhari, a princess of great virtue and strength, was born. Gandhari's life was destined to be intertwined with the complexities of fate. She was renowned for her devotion and inner strength from a young age. However, her life took a significant turn when the news of her wedding to Dhritarashtra, the blind prince of Hastinapur, reached her ears. Dhritarashtra was the eldest son of King Vichitavirya. He was born blind, which complicated his path to the throne. Despite his blindness, Dhritarashtra was known for his unparalleled physical strength and deep statecraft knowledge. However, his blindness was considered a significant obstacle. When Gandhari learned of an impending marriage to Dhritarashtra, she made a decision that would forever define her character and the course of her life. In an extraordinary act of devotion and empathy, she chose to blindfold herself permanently, vowing to share her husband's darkness, both literally and figuratively. This act of self-sacrifice became a powerful symbol of her commitment and love. But it also foreshadowed the tragedy that would befall her family. Both love and sorrow marked Gandhari's marriage to Dhritarashtra. She became the mother of 100 sons and one daughter, Dushala. The eldest of these sons was Duryodhan, who would later become one of the central antagonists of the Mahabharata. Gandhari's love for her sons was immense, but a blindfold often kept her from seeing the darker aspects of their personalities and actions. Despite her deep wisdom, she could not prevent the growing jealousy between her sons and the Pandavas, her husband's nephews. Now, let us focus on Pandu, Dhritarashtra's younger brother. Pandu, unlike his elder sibling, was born healthy and became the rightful heir to the throne of Hastinapur. He was a fearless warrior, skilled in archery, and loved by his subjects. However, Pandu's life too was full of challenges and complications. Pandu's marriage was not to one but two princes, Kunti and Madri. Kunti was the daughter of King Suryasena and had a mysterious and divine past. As a young girl, Kunti was granted a boon by the sage Durvasa, allowing her to invoke any god who would bless her with a son. Out of curiosity, she used the boon and invoked Surya, the sun god. To her surprise, she was blessed with a child who was born with divine armor and earrings known as Kavacha Kundal. Terrified of the consequences and societal judgment, Kunti placed the baby in a basket and set him afloat on the river. The child was found and raised by a charioteer, Dhritarashtra, and his wife Radha, who named him Vasusena. He grew up to be a formidable warrior known for his generosity and loyalty. However, his true identity as Kunti's son remained a secret for many years, adding layers of tragedy and conflict to the epic. Pandu's second wife Madri was the princess of Madra. Her beauty was unparalleled and they formed a harmonious household. However, Pandu's life took a tragic turn when, while hunting in the forest, he accidentally killed a sage, Rishi Kindama, and his wife, who had taken a form of a deer. In his dying breath, the sage cursed Pandu, declaring that he would die if he ever tried to embrace his wives. This curse marked the beginning of a life of renunciation for Pandu. Stricken by the curse and the guilt of his actions, Pandu decided to renounce the throne and live a life of asceticism in the forest. His wives, Kunti and Madri, accompanied him, demonstrating their unwavering loyalty. However, the question of progeny became a matter of concern, as Pandu feared that his lineage would end with him. It was then that Kunti revealed the boon given to her by sage Durvasa. With Pandu's consent, she invoked the gods to bless her with children. Kunti first invoked Lord Dharma, the god of justice, and gave birth to Yudhishthir, who was destined to be the embodiment of righteousness. Next, she called upon Lord Vayu, the god of the wind, and was blessed with the Bhim, known for his immense strength. Finally, she invoked Lord Indra, king of the gods, and bore Arjun, the greatest stature and warrior of his time. Madri too was blessed with children through Kunti's boon. She invoked the Ashwini Kumars, the divine physicians, and bore Nakul and Sahadev, who were known for their wisdom, skills in medicine, and swordsmanship. Together, these 5 sons of Pandu, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev, would come to be known as the Pandavas, the central figures of the Mahabharata. The birth of the Kauravas and Pandavas set the stage for one of the greatest conflicts in Indian mythology, the Battle of Kurukshetra. The tale of Gandhari and Dhritarashtra is one of love, sacrifice, and the tragic consequences of blindness, both physical and moral. Meanwhile, Pandu's story is one of renunciation, the struggle against destiny, and the hope for a brighter future through his sons. As we reflect on these stories, we are reminded that the Mahabharata is not just a tale of war, but a profound exploration of human nature, duty, and the complexities of dharma. Gandhari and Pandu, through their choices and actions, contributed to the intricate web of fate that would ultimately lead to the Great War, a war that would change the course of history. Before we wrap up, here are a few questions to think about until our next episode. Question number 1. Why did Gandhari blindfold herself? Question number 2. What was the curse placed on Pandu by Rishi Kindama? Question number 3. Who was Karna's real mother and why was his identity kept a secret? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the lives of Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and their children. In our next episode, we'll explore the early lives of the Pandavas and Kauravas and the seeds of rivalry that would eventually lead to the epic battle of Kurukshetra. Until then, may the echoes of Dharma guide your path. Namaste.